Well, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Hey, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'd really love to have you here on a regular basis. Let's take a look at what's on the table. Now, this is the Reate EXO. That's EXO. This came to me by way of Chris at Cerberus Knives. I will post a link to his Instagram and his website in the description. He actually sent along a few knives for me to check out. He does customization. As you can see, he's done this one in that sort of, I don't know, what do you call this? Like rough seas, kind of green. It goes really well with the micarta inlays here. The EXO is an experiment from Reate. These dropped at a little before Blade West, but a bunch of people picked them up at Blade West. You'll notice there's no clip. I'm sure many of you have seen this before, but for those of you that haven't, you'll notice there's no clip. It's not an automatic, although it sort of looks like one. No, it's a gravity knife, which means the entire function and operation is by gravity. You let it drop, looks like that, tip it a little, right? Knife falls forward. These are the blade stops here, which are removable, which is interesting. Then you close the knife. Now there is a little play, but when you've got your hand on it, it cannot close on you because where will it go? In order to open it, right, you open this up and the knife drops away. And when closed, because it is locked in place at this end of the titanium scales handle as well, can't go anywhere. Now that does mean that you can't just carry this thing. There's no pocket clip. You can drop it in your pocket, but you do risk it popping open. So it comes with, of all things, a Kydex sheath. I'm going to be honest. I'm always honest, so here it comes. I don't particularly like this knife. First, here in California, this knife is bound by the same archaic laws as these two knives. In the state of California, a gravity knife, which is what this is, are considered the same as autos, and they're both illegal. Which is the dumbest thing I have ever heard of. It's just stupid. But there we are. Now, that being the case, I cannot, because of where I live, sorry, there we go. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. Anyway, even on this little sheath, which I imagine you'd wear, I don't know, maybe on your chest or on your hip, I don't know, however you don't carry it. I can't just carry this thing around. I can, for the same way I carry my autos, but it's a risk I'm willing to take for the stitch. It's less of a risk that I'm willing to take for this. Now, don't get me wrong. Reate designed a hell of a knife, right? It works every single time. The blade is L-Max. It is very slicey and well done. Fit and finish on this thing are exceptionally good. It's just, I don't know. I know a lot of people like these. Mike Emler's got one. Cerberus, Chris over at Cerberus has this one. A bunch of people I know got these, and they love them. But if I was going to carry a knife with this shape handle and this shape blade, I would just have it out the front. Now, there are some places where this knife and an out the front aren't bound by the same laws. So if you live in such a place, this is an option for you for a very fast deploying, very stabby, excellent knife from Reate. I'm just not in one of those places. And since this is held by the same laws as one of these, if I'm going to put myself at risk for carrying a pocket knife, which is just so stupid, but there we are, I'm going to carry this. Anyway, let's finish our look at this. I don't mean to decry this knife, and I'm very grateful for Chris at Cerberus for sending this along, because I never would have gotten a chance to see one otherwise. So let's just do that. It is, as I said, all titanium. It has micarta inlays. The two pieces, as you can see, exoskeleton designs, right? Serial number 319 on that side, plain on that side. The blade itself is basically without billboarding except for one small area that says LMAX right there. It's a great design, and they did an excellent execution. And his aftermarket work on this thing, I love his anno work. It looks really good. Now, he has obviously carried this thing and continues to carry it, and I don't blame him. If I was in a place where I wanted to do that, I would carry it too if I liked it. I love the way it's got jimping right here for your forefinger and just a little bit of jimping back here for your thumb. And when you squeeze this thing tight, it does lock up really nicely. LMAX is a fantastic blade steel, right? It's not going to fail on you. It's not going to lose its edge quick. And Reate, well, look, it's Reate. Reate, as far as I'm concerned, is the best OEM in the business. They do make their own knives. They're fantastic as well. This is no exception. It's got a little bit of jimping down here, too. I imagine in case you wanted to hold it like that. It's a nice pokey blade, in case you wanted to give somebody a little prodding, as I like to say. And it is fidgety fun. It really is. Now, these are about 280 bucks. The problem is they are wildly sold out. However, my guess is because these did so well, Reate will probably re-release them. So keep your eyes open for that if you're interested in such a thing. Let's get the specs out of the way before we let it go. It is a nice big knife, right? So what are we looking at here? We are looking at 3.5 inches of cutting on 3 3/4 inches of LMAX steel. The grip area is enormous. It is 4.5 inches from end to end. The action is entirely unique, at least for Reate, and it is very good for what it is, right? Works beautifully. The design is simple but elegant, and it does, like I said, it does come with this, you know, you can carry it and keep it that way if you wanted to do such a thing. The overall, I hang up on it every once in a while. The overall knife, if we go from end to end, is just shy 8 3/4 inches, just a little over, in fact, just shy of 9 inches overall. Closed profile is, well, you know, what are we looking at? An inch and an eighth? Yeah, inch and an eighth. And the closed length is 5 inches. It very much has the dimensions of a large out the front. I'm not against the knife. I just, it doesn't work for me. It's not my kind of knife. But I do love that Reate is trying different things. I think that the removable blade stops, which are titanium, by the way, which are married into the blade, are a really cool idea. I think that, I just think this is a neat concept. I mean, how couldn't you? Anyway, this is the Reate EXO. It may not be a knife for me, but it may be a knife for you. My recommendation, since it is sold out, as far as I can tell everywhere, is keep your eyes open. They may very well drop more of these. But also, don't forget to hit your favorite secondary knife place. Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, wherever it is that you go looking for aftermarket knives or secondary market knives. Because here's my thinking. For the few people that get these and have completely fallen in love with it, they'll probably never let it go. But I think a lot of people are going to pick this thing up as a bit of a laugh. Even at 280 bucks, for Reate, that's fairly inexpensive. So my guess is that you're going to see a fair amount of these on the secondary market in a couple of months. So if you want one, that will be your opportunity to get one. If you're interested in a gravity-driven titanium and micarta knife with an LMAX blade, the Reate EXO may very well be for you. And we're going to go ahead and leave it on that note. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again, Chris. I'm sorry if I sounded like I was coming down on your knife, brother. I really love everything about it. It's just not the knife for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please go check out Cerberus Knives on their website and on Instagram. And take care, guys. We'll see you next time.